finally getting around to putting the parts that Holzforma sent me for the 444 and the 660 onto the 444 and the 660. What I'm going to do is do this from easiest one to hardest one. So we're going to put the starter housing on the 660, then we're going to put the chain tensioner in the 440, and then we're going to do the brake lever on the 660. Because that's the most intensive. That's the one we're going to take like all kinds of stuff off the side here to get to the rest of the brake. This one's not quite so bad, and then starter housing is actually really easy. So let's start with the starter housing. Let me see if I can get this out of the way. There we go. So this is the one that was shipped to me because, well, it was shipped to me at a discount because it had been shipped here and apparently the box got dropped or crushed or something, and this got all busted out. So if you hadn't seen that video, you can go back and look at it. But today we're putting a new one on it. So let's start by getting this opened up. Do I have a knife out here? Of course not. Why would I be prepared? That would be ridiculous. You know, to make a video, you just turn the camera on, right? You don't actually have to prepare yourself by having tools ready. Let's see here. I actually do have some tools ready. So, it's funny, to get the starter housing off, you have to take one of the bolts for the brake lever off. So we're going to leave that one out when we put it back together, because we're going to come right back to it. Alright. Trying to do this for the camera and it's not being friendly. So on this old starter housing, I did take it apart after the video and cut a piece of aluminum screen and put in there so that I could use it without it sucking the shavings up into the motor. I actually had a Poulon Pro years ago that it sucked enough shavings up in and packed them around the cylinder that the damn thing caught on fire. I mean, literally, while I was using it. All of a sudden I shut it off and set it down, there's smoke pouring out of it, and then flames, and I'm like, whoa! So, fortunately I was able to take the housing off the thing and clear the burning sawdust out of it, and actually kept it running. I mean, I actually got it to run again the same day and fixed it. Alright, I'm assuming we're going to be needing them screws. So that's how simple that one is. Take the old one off, put the new one on. Wow, okay. This is interesting. That hole's clogged. It would appear there is some casting residue inside the hole on this. So, just so happens, somewhere around here, was not expecting this one. Let's see. That looks to be about the right size. Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit of plastic in the hole. We'll make sure these are all clear. Yeah, the two are good. Alright. So you gotta be prepared for little things like that. I mean, it's a plastic casing. Actually, no, that's metal. But there's a little bit of a casting residue in the hole there, so not a big deal. You'd think they would do that at the factory, but even the best quality control guys can have stuff slip by them now and then. And the last one I'm not going to put in tight. I'm just going to finger tighten it for now, because we're going to take it right back out here in a minute. Okay, so that's how quick and easy that one is. This one, the 444, excuse me. I think those are loose enough. I'm going to take bar nuts off and the casing. Alright, so what we're replacing is behind this. So a flat screwdriver. There's a black screw in the middle of that wear plate. Comes out. And the wear plate comes off. Then there is a black screw. Where is he? He's not in there. There's supposed to be a black screw right there. Oh, sorry. You have to run the tensioner all the way forward. Forgot about that part. And then the black screw's behind. Or at least partway forward, because the black screw is right here at the back. And you take that little black screw out. There he is. And that whole apparatus will pop out of there. And it is advisable when you take that out, if you've never done this before, that you kind of leave those pieces together, because they come in a jumbled up mess in the bag. And if you leave those pieces together, you have kind of a guide of how to assemble that one. So there's an O-ring that goes, I believe, around that. The one in this is gone, so anyway, O-ring goes around this. This little thing screws into here, and it's opposite threaded, so you got to kind of work it the opposite direction. And if you have some grease, it's a good idea. Let me find my grease real quick. I did not bring that out. Okay, I found it. Took me a minute. But you didn't notice that, did you? I also got to thinking about something. I actually had that O-ring on the wrong spot. And it should be up inside of this thing. This one, the old one, was wore out and stayed in there. It's broke. So anyway, I think it was put together wrong the first time. So this actually goes up onto the peg in the saw, like so. And then we're going to grease the inside of that. Oh, way more than we needed. Shove him up in there. That's mainly to get that O-ring to seat. Okay. This is actually, this grease is actually worm drive grease for a saw, but for a worm drive skill saw. But it's a high temperature grease, so I figure it ought to be perfect for this. Alright. Grab some paper towel here. Now if I can remember all the steps, we'll be in good shape. This little dude snaps onto the end of here, like that, so that the single tab faces forward. And that sits right down into there. And you may have to work the worm or the drive gear around a little bit to get him to seat all the way. Then you want this plastic thingy. It goes, there's a tab on it so it can't go the wrong way. But it's going to sit down on there. Well, shoot. Guess this works better if you have that up first. There we go. Then the metal plate. We're going to put some more grease in the metal plate. Just a drop, dollop, whatever you want to call it. And that goes onto there and holds the whole thing together. I'm putting it together possibly wrong. I need a pair of new nose pliers. Do I have some of those out here? Of course not. There we go. I think that the reason that this was stripped is because this metal plate goes down before the plastic deal, and they had it backwards. Yep. Isn't that interesting? That would explain why it got stripped, because that's the way I took it out. Yes, I think I did. I don't know, I guess I can look back at the video and I can tell you if I'm wrong or not. I'll bet I'm wrong. I'll bet I was just being goofy and put it in wrong. That feels a lot more solid than it did. Of course, before it was just going click, 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 so. Let's put the bar on it. And there you go. Back that off just a touch. Ta-da! So we will be testing this one out in a video soon. I have a tree here on the property that I'm going to take down with it. But that won't happen today. Because today is a rainstorm and it's about freezing out there, so part of it's coming down as ice, and I'm not going to be out cutting down trees and that crap. Alright, so last but not least, we can go back to the brake on this one. So, to get to this bad boy, you're going to take the chain cover, or sprocket cover off. And then you'll see that this brake lever goes down inside of this casing because the brake is around this drum. So that means all of these little bolts, maybe that one will have to come out. Well, oh no. Nope, it doesn't. But we do have to take this plate off again, like we did on the 444. Alright, so we get that out of the way, and we'll take our little Torx wrench. And we're going to take this cover off of the brake. And with that, this little cover will lift right out of there. And you can see where the brake is right here. That is going to be fun to get to. Lots of springs and stuff in here to mess with. Put that in the relaxed position, which is actually the locked position for this, because we want that spring relaxed, because I'm going to have to pull it off to get this thing out. Which also means I'm going to have to find some pliers. Give me just a second. Alright. There has got to be easier ways to do this, but I don't know them, so I'm going to do this. Yep, there's no way I'm pulling that by hand. Aha! That's how you get the pressure off of the spring. You just pull the brake band out. And then that guy should... Oh, no you don't. Yeah. That doesn't really take any more pressure off of it because it's up against the housing up here. Ah, there we go. Got him. Okay. Take that nut back out of there. There is a C-clip. There's the C-clip. Okay. Now we got that stuff out the way. And there's our handle. At last. As I said, this is probably the most difficult of the 3 repairs that I'm making. Simply because I knew it was going to deal with that spring, several springs in there. Okay, so here's the new handle. This little doodad goes into there and lines up with that hole. It is a tight damn fit. And it goes right back in there. Alright, now let's go ahead and put the bolt in over here. I'm going to have to take the bushing out of here. So I had to take the bushing off the old handle and put it in this hole. Now we can put that in there and get it at least started. Okay. Yep, I gotta take that back off of there. That's gotta be on there before I put that piece in there. Oh, lovely. See, I've never replaced the brake handle before. So, this is all new to me. Which is why I'm kind of struggling with it. Not that that's a bad thing. That means if I make it through this and the damn thing works, I now know how to do it. At least on this particular saw. I'm sure it's different for every saw. And I get everything lined back up. There it is. Alright, so before we actually put that brake in there, we're going to reattach this, which may be fun, because that's a long way to pull a very strong spring. I don't know if you have ever noticed this, but springs don't like being pulled on. There, we got him. Alright. Now we get that guy sped down into his spot. Oh, that's why it's being difficult. That had the brake still on, so it was pulled at its tightest position. Okay, so while it's there, we're going to do that. And then we're going to tap him down in there. Carefully. Alright. It's back on there. Now we need to get that C-clip back on. There we go. Just snap him in place, like so. There we go, new handle. Boy, it still just about touches the muffler though, when it's engaged. Whoops. Oh, I just popped the brake line out because I haven't put that cover back on yet. In case you're wondering what the purpose of the cover was. Alright, I'm going to leave that engaged until I get that cover put back on. Alright, we'll get the cover on here. And then guard. Alright, and we'll get the bar on it. And voila! Both of the saws are repaired. That's still a big boy. Here, let's show you in the close-up camera. Of course, it's not an autofocus, so all that you can see is the saw itself, but you can see the tip of that bar. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, guys. So I will try to get out and cut something with both of them. I do have some chores I want to do with this one for carving later on, but I can do the basic chunking on it because the block is so heavy I can barely even move it. So we'll do that with this one, and then the 444 is going to take down a tree. So anyway, till next time, have fun. Thanks for watching.